This is me. And these are my kids. And this is our life. And this is our TikTok. Well, technically it's my TikTok, but you'll see the kids here. You get the gist. I'm just getting home from work, and since it's a weekend, that means I get to actually enjoy the company of both my boys being at home. Back when COVID started and the schools were shut down, it was so weird to me to see so many parents online complaining about having to be home with their kids. Now, obviously, being home in the house all day long can make you go stir crazy, it can make you depressed, but I'm talking specifically about people complaining about their children specifically. I absolutely loved it, and I didn't get a single day off during the pandemic for like the first 2 years because I am an essential worker, so I was still working through the entire thing. But I loved being able to sign on to school with both my children. I had one on the left and one on the right. Both of them were signed in for their virtual classes, and I was able to monitor exactly what they were doing and everything that they needed to do as far as homework went and projects. I was able to get up in the morning and make everyone breakfast. I was able to make them lunch when they had their break between classes. I was able to talk to the teachers directly and see all their emails. I was able to spend so much time with my kids that when schools reopened, I actually had a bit of anxiety and depression. I got to spend time with my children that I would have never probably gotten had the pandemic not happened. And I'm not saying I like exactly what took place, but I wish we lived in a world more like those circumstances. Without the pandemic, obviously, without COVID and all the financial implications that came with that nonsense. But I wish we lived in a world more like that, where I actually got the opportunity to be able to be present the way that I got to. And my children are not perfect. Kids get on your nerves, especially your kids. So I'm not saying my children are little angels. They're not, but they're mine. And everything that they are is because of me. Everything that they aren't is because of me. So I take pride in my responsibility to create good, decent human beings. I love taking care of my children. They are, for the most part, so compromising, so easygoing, so enthusiastic. They praise me. They are always thinking about me. They get on my nerves. I will not sit here and lie and say that they don't. I love my children. They are still human beings. People get on my nerves. So, of course, my children are going to get on my nerves. But that doesn't mean that I don't love this experience. I really don't know how I ever got blessed to have such humble children, but I'm very, very grateful and thankful for that. And don't for a second think that because my children are on the autism spectrum that they're more compromising and understanding because of that. That is far from true when it comes to children that have any kind of physical impairment or developmental delay. I have witnessed children, through working, weaponize their disabilities. Working in pediatrics as a nurse is a very humbling experience, especially as a parent personally. I can't tell you how many parents I have seen do certain things, allow certain behaviors just because they have this internalized guilt because their child has an unfortunate, physical impairment or mental impairment. But these kids are very, very crafty and intelligent, and they know how to weaponize their disabilities, and they do, and it's very irritating to watch. And for the most part, the parents don't care because when you have 24-hour nursing, you don't care because you don't have to deal with it. Anyway, this footage is right when I started school. I returned to school to get my RN BSN. Oh no, I look like a wildebeest since I was 2 months pregnant, and I can't even understand it. I was influenced by someone who went to nursing school with me years ago to go and get my RN.
Oh, so do you know what you're having?
I'm having another boy.
Another boy? How do you feel about that?
Well, and I figured, you know what, honestly, I told myself I was never returning to school again after that nursing school experience because it was traumatic as hell. Accelerated nursing programs will traumatize the hell out of you. And I did give it 13 years, 13 and a half. But one more kid, why not make between 20 and 30 grand more a year? My kids are absolutely worth it. I'm doing this for all of us.